Welcome back, viewers. In today's video, we are going to start the review of another Linux distribution. It is very well known Linux distribution. It is known by the name Elementary OS, and it is a old distribution. It is a senior distribution, and it is a favorite of many Linux users. So this is the website of Elementary OS, elementary.io, and on the top you can see support, developer pages, get involved, store, and the blog links are available. And here are the links to the Discord page, the Reddit, Mastodon, and the YouTube page of Elementary OS. And here you can see the photo, or we can say screenshot of the latest Elementary OS release, that is the version 8 that has been released. You can make a small donation to Elementary OS, and then you can proceed to purchase and download the Elementary OS. You can see here the Elementary OS 8 is available. It weighs around 3.2 GB in size, and it is in the RC, that is the release candidate, and you will expect to get the stable release very soon. So what is new in the Elementary OS 8? OS 8, that is the Elementary OS 8, brings a secure session, that is the Wayland session that ensures apps respect your privacy and you require your consent. A brand new dock with productive multitasking and a window management features, and empowers our diverse community through the inclusive design. So here you can see at the bottom, I am already installed this RC release on my system, and I am doing the recording for this video using the Elementary OS only. So that is a very good way of testing the new Linux distribution release. So here you can read about the announcement of the Elementary OS release, that is the OS 8 that has been released in the RC form. So here you can see the big updates for OS 7 are also released. So if some users want to stay with the OS 7, so the updates will continue for the OS 7 for some time, and users need not migrate to OS 8 in a hurry. They can continue to use the OS 8 if they want no disturbances and continue to do their daily work on the OS 7. So here you can see here, this is the Elementary OS 8. So it includes a secure session, a brand new dock with productive multitasking and Windows management. Then further you can see there is also privacy and security with the consent. So privacy and security manager is there. So whenever you use any app, you can configure the app for privacy and security. So every time the app will try to access you can say privacy related features like your data or your camera, system camera, then there will be a pop-up on your system which will ask us whether to give permissions to the app to take access to the system camera or some data folder like that. So here you can see the two screenshots are there. Allow ASHPD demo to take screenshots, so you can allow or deny them. You can also set the privacy features to any application to set the background. So two examples are given here. So on the lock screen, you will see a new gear menu to the password field that gives you the option of classic or secure menu. If you select the secure session, Elementary OS will use Wayland, a modern and secure method for apps to draw themselves and accept your input. In the secure session, apps will be more restricted and you will require your consent for access to system features. So the privacy and security system, new privacy and security system will be more applicable in the Wayland session, where there are newer security features available in the Elementary OS. When an app wants to listen in the background for your keystrokes, take a screenshot, record the screen, or even pick up a color from a single pixel, you will be asked first to make sure that it is okay. So that's very great on part of the developers of Elementary OS. The secure session also comes with modern features like support for mixed DPI modes, a hotly requested feature for folks using the high DPI notebook or tablet with a low DPI external display, and improved support for multi-touch gestures on touchscreens and tablets. You may also experience improved gestures on touchscreens and tablets, and the performance and smoothness of the system has increased, especially on the low powered hardware. Now OS 8 will use the classic session by default, so Wayland is still not the default. If you don't choose the session when the system starts up, the system will boot into the classic session or the Xorg session by default, and if you choose the Wayland session, then only the system will go into the secure or the Wayland session. So by default it is Xorg only, and in the near future when Wayland gets more better and the developers are confident of the Wayland session, then I think the complete OS will default to Wayland session or secure session. So portals are the standardized system interfaces that apps use to access features in a way that respects your privacy and requires your explicit consent. 4 new portals are now supported in OS 8: color picker, screenshot, and wallpaper. So these portals are essential for enabling the modern apps to work with the secure session when they don't have direct access to the pixels on your display. Since some apps haven't made use of portals required to operate on the secure session, OS 8 will continue to use the classic session by default. So once all the system apps will be able to use the secure session portals, then and there will be some further improvements in Wayland session or secure session, then only the elementary OS developers will shift to the Wayland or secure session as a default session. Apps will work and behave as they always have been behaving, with the same level of system access you used to from the OS 7 and before. If you rely on certain accessibility features, you may find that those are not yet available under the new secure session as well. Now, we highly encourage you to give the secure session a try, and you might be surprised to find that the apps and features you use are already compatible. Here you can see this is the portals. So you can give access to different applications. So it is a very fine-grained application manager where each individual application you can set the access rights. Now the application settings has an all new design that expands your control over the permissions. We now support adjusting the runtime permissions in Flatpak permission store. These are set when an app explicitly asks for your permission to access a feature while it is running. So there is a Flatpak permission store available. Now this is a major change in elementary OS. So till earlier OS 7, the elementary OS had its own app store where the apps curated by the developers were available, and you had to use the terminal and different other methods, PPA method, to install the apps of your choice. So the app store was limited, but now beginning with the elementary OS 8, they have gone for the full Flatpak compatibility. So now the complete Flatpak applications from the FlatHub are available by default in the app store. So if you open the app store, all the applications that are seen, everything is Flatpak only, and it is taken from the FlatHub website. So there is no need to install the Flatpak separately in elementary OS. It is already enabled and configured to be available in the app store itself. So you don't need to do the configuration from the terminal like in some other Linux distributions. The app Flatpaks are available. And also you can install the deb packages. So if you don't want the Flatpak format, you can go for the deb format. So the Ubuntu repositories are there by default available in the elementary OS, because elementary OS is based on Ubuntu. So the Ubuntu packages are always available, but you have to use the terminal to install the Ubuntu deb packages. And further, we will in some later video we will further check if the snap format of application packages is available, so that we will do a live test whether we can install the snapd, that is the snap daemon, and then we can install the snaps from Ubuntu repositories. So that is another video. Maybe it will come after 2 or 3 videos from this video. Now, if you previously denied an app to access to run in the background or granted an app permission to set the wallpaper, you can now change your mind at any time and adjust the permissions from the Flatpak permission store. So this is just like the Flatseal. If you know, the Flatseal app is there to do the fine grain privacy settings or configuration for the Flatpaks that are installed on a system. So same it is here. So the Flatpak permission store, I think it is a Flatseal only. I will have to check. So we will check in some other video, because right now we are in the classic mode. For recording this video, I am in the Xorg or the classic mode. So we will change the mode. We will have a separate video. We will change the mode and we will log in into the secure or the Wayland session, and then I will check all these things. So we will know whether all the new design is working or not. Now the descriptions of several individual items are changed based on your feedback to use less technical language, and app permission pages now show only the app icon and the description. So you can see here only the app name and a small description is at the bottom. This is same way that you do the, I think, permissions in GNOME the desktop. So GNOME also has now got these permissions. So similar way, the elementary OS Python desktop has now got list permissions feature enabled by default. And getting the apps you need and staying up to date. So in 2017 we shipped the App Center, the open source pay what you get App Store, and in the 2021 we revamped the store to use the Flatpak. And app distribution technology that is decentralized by design and makes cross-platform app distribution on a Linux-based operating system as a breeze. Since the move to Flatpak, you always had the option to easily sideload apps directly from the developers or use an entirely alternative app store. So that means I think the Snap is available. You can install Snaps on elementary OS. So that we will check in a later video. In OS 8, we are expanding your access to apps even further by including the most popular app store for Linux out of the box, that is the FlatHub. So that's very nice and great from elementary OS developers. This is one of the best decisions they have taken. So here you can see all these applications here. Everything is from the FlatHub. So all our Flatpaks available directly in the App Center itself. To support the change, we have made few changes to the app info pages in the App Center. So we have removed the non-curated badge based on your feedback and instead show made for elementary OS badge when appropriate. The link section has also been redesigned, featuring colorful iconography. We now show a sponsor link for the app developers that fund the development of their app using third-party platforms like GitHub or Patreon, and we show a link directly to the app source page for that, for application that provided. So this is very nice steps taken by the elementary OS developers. Very thoughtful for them to now show a sponsor link for the app developers. So this will really help the app developers earn some money and keep the project going on. So this is, I think, similar way the Google Store or any other store curates the applications on their app store. And you can see the app store or the app center really looks very nice. This is the new format, and I really love the way everything is well designed. You can see nothing, it is a homogeneous design. There is nothing mismatching or nothing looks out of the way in any of these icons. All iconography, you can see the buttons, everything is very smoothly done. There is no you can say tension to the eyes when looking at the GUI here. So everything is very fluidly designed. You can see here some further screenshots are there. With the introduction of secure session and the new portals to support it, expanded permission settings and the sandbox warning in the App Center, we feel much more confident in providing you this expanded app access out of the box while upholding the expectation that the apps you get from the App Center are reasonably safe. We will ask for your consent and respect your privacy. So that's great. In elementary OS, there are two different kinds of updates. Updates to the operating system itself are installed offline when your computer restarts, and to make sure that the services are restarted correctly and to prevent issues. Updates to apps, on the other hand, are quickly installed when your computer is running. In OS 7, both of these updates appear side by side in the App Center, but in OS 8 operating system, updates will now appear in the system settings. So now they have bifurcated the system updates and the application updates. So they are shown differently, and the system updates are now done offline. So what is the advantage of this move is that suppose you get some system updates, and if you don't, in some of the Linux distribution, for example, in Arch, if you do the system updates, if the system updates are critical, for example, it has changed some system links, then the app manager will show you a warning that certain critical configuration settings like the system links have changed, and you need to reboot your system to make the changes applicable. And in other kinds of system updates where there is no change to the we can say hard links, system links, or there is no major critical changes that will affect the configuration of system, then in those cases the reboot is not required and you can continue your work. But sometimes what happens is there are some issues when you do the online updates for the system. So to totally remove the chance that your system misbehaves or there is some booting issue or any other kind of issue while doing the online system updates, they have gone for the offline updates. Just like in Debian also, if there are some system updates, those will be always applied offline. So you have to restart, and after the system reboots, during the reboot stage itself, it will apply all the system updates. So system updates are downloaded automatically or manually as you have done the configuration, but those are installed and applied only after the reboot. So same way like in Debian, elementary OS has also done this. So that's very nice, and it will surely help out to improve the stability and the functionality of elementary OS. Here you can see these are the operating system updates or the system updates. Then at the bottom there is a basics guide. You can get help, you can check out the website or get involved or sponsor us. So these are the important links given just below the operating system updates. And the other thing is updates in App Center. So any application updates, those will be available in the App Center, and you don't require to restart. You can continue to do your work and the updates will be applied in the background. So that's great. And this also speed up the updates. What happens is if the system update or the application updates, everything is done together, then the total time taken for those updates is very long. So here they have bifurcated. So system updates will take some other time. The application updates can be done later or before the system updates are applied. And so there will be two sets of updates, and your system will reboot faster in both these two types of updates. So your system on time will increase. Now coming to the system multitasking and window manager. So here you can see when you are planning, when the developers were planning for the secure session, we realized that our doc need to be completely rewritten. So I will just show you the doc here. This is the new doc. So earlier it was a plank type of doc. So now they have gone for a GNOME type of doc. So I'm comfortable more with the GNOME type than the plank doc. So the older elementary OS users will have to adjust their workflow for this new doc, but I think it won't be much of an issue because anyway you have to just click here on the icon, application icon to start it, but only adding the applications to doc, removing the applications to doc, that will be different than moving the icons from here and there on the doc. So that will be little different from the plank doc, but otherwise it won't be of much of a hassle for the old users, those users of elementary OS that had got used to the plank dock. So this change has been done after getting the feedback over the elementary OS GitHub page and carefully reconsidered the role of dock in our desktop alongside other desktop features we have appeared over the years. So plank dock is older application, and it doesn't have many of the newer application features, while this gnome like dock is more latest. The code is also newer and it has more features than the plank dock, so they have gone for the new dock in the elementary OS 8. And they have revisited the way to handle multi-window applications and behavior by clicking app icons more predictable. When an app isn't open yet, a single click of its icon will launch it. When app has a single window open, a single click will always focus that window, even switching workspaces if necessary. So I can show you. You can use Alt tab to switch between the applications, just like in any other desktop, for example GNOME, or you can also do that in Cinnamon desktop of Linux Mint. You have to use Alt tab, and now you can see a single click. Let us see what happens. So that is, I think, not working on. Yes, you can see it is changing the focus. Double click is changing the focus. So this is much like a GNOME desktop only. So that we will check in the desktop review, or we will have a separate window for this workspaces and tiling and all those things. So separate video will do much justice to it, because in one review video we cannot include many things. Otherwise the video becomes big and people normally don't have that attention span to watch a big long video. Though the YouTube will give priority to the longer videos, but I have seen my longer videos, people don't watch it, just they will watch, or most of them will watch for 4 or 5 minutes only. So I'm going for shorter videos, length that depends from 3 minutes to 15 minutes only, not more than 15 minutes. You can see areas, you can see here the multitasking. Just watch this. Yes, this is how it looks. So I did not make a video, you can see it from here only. Now for the apps that support multiple windows, we have implemented a new system that is aware of the free desktop or .org standard for hinting this feature. So we now really open new windows while middle clicking the apps icon. Plus you can still scroll over a app icon to cycle through the open windows. And you can also launch the pin apps with this is the super key +1 to 9. So this is a hotly requested feature. We also added several optional multitasking features, including the ability to switch between windows and a horizontal swipe gesture. Okay, so let me check. Yes, you can see here the workspace gets switched. This is like just in Linux Mint, you do a horizontal swipe of the touchpad and you can change the workspace. And a lot of accessibility features have been added for the inclusivity. So the fully blind cybersecurity enthusiast Florian Bejers has evaluated our elementary OS 8 experience for blind folks and identify areas of improvement. A particular showstopper we noticed was the keyboard navigation and screen reader support during onboarding, which has now been completely rewritten. So we have a second look at the keyboard navigation and screen reader support during installation and initial setup, and the entire first run experience has much improved for the blind folks in our OS 8. We now also have a screen reader support in the Alt plus Tab Windows feature, and we have made sure that there is audio or visual depending on your settings feedback when we are unable to complete window management tasks like cycling Windows workspaces in response to the keyboard short circuit. So I think I have used this, and there is always an audio prompt whenever some critical workflow is getting executed on the desktop. So system settings has been refreshed with a modern space saving dual plane design that is more responsive for small and large displays. We also vastly improved support for text scaling, screen readers, keyboard navigation, right to left languages, that is the Arabic languages layout, and improved contrast in illustrations. Plus, search now returns more relevant results, and the titles of those results now reflect the exact setting name they are matching and pointing to that setting. So here you can check out all the different screenshot given here. You can see this is how the search looks. Then you can see here, this is the touchpad settings in the new OS 8. This is how the appearance looks. So you can see all the text, the icons, everything. It looks very nice, all well designed. This is the account settings. This is the Wi-Fi settings. Everything is neatly done. You won't find any component of the GUI design that is out of the design. It doesn't look too much different. So everything, it is a uniform design has been applied to the GUI. So instead of removing features during the redesign, we have added new ones. For example, if you are not a fan of overlaid scroll bars or have a motor disability that makes them difficult to use, there is a new setting to always show scroll bars in the desktop appearance. Language and region settings have new option to automatically select the temperature unit based on the local. And there are new keyboard shortcut options for switching between keyboard layouts and using feature like emoji and the Unicode typing. You can see here, this is the different controls, the panel. You can see this is the panel menu. So you can easily access the screen reader, on-screen keyboard, rotation lock, then the dark mode, light mode. Then you can increase the font from just here. This is the menu that is shown here. You can do a screen lock. You can have a night vision. Not many things. Log off the session, restart or shut down. And this is the one click to the system settings. OS 8 now brings a new quick settings menu. So this was the quick settings menu to improve access to features while reducing the clutter in the panel. So we have started by combining the accessibility and session menus, which contain useful controls but don't indicate a change in status. We also added hotly requested controls like dark mode, rotation lock. So rotation lock is a very important feature for those users using a tablet. So in tablet, this rotation lock feature is really required, and you cannot live without a rotation lock. Features like the screen reader, on-screen keyboard are now available from the quick settings menu by default, but you can also choose to hide them in the system setting, desktop, dock and panel. So that's very nice. By popular demand, we are making major change to our default keyboard shortcuts. By pressing the super key will now open the applications menu. You can see here, it is opening the applications menu. So every time you hit the super key, it will open the applications menu instead of the shortcuts overlay, and the super key plus space will now switch the keyboard layouts by default. This brings us in more line with the defaults of other desktops and operating systems, and will hopefully be more comfortable for folks who rely on the shortcuts to get around. Of course, you can always change the super key behavior and keyboard shortcuts in general in system settings keyboard. So that is also available. So visual design is great, and you can see it is getting just better and better in the upcoming iterations of OS, that is the elementary OS. So from 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, it is just getting better. You can see here the pointers are also now more consistent. So these are the different pointers available, and you can see they got more bold and thick look. So the thick look, you can easily spot the pointer on the screen, because old people, senior people might have difficulty in finding where the icon is there, because for example, white icon on a white background, it is very difficult to spot. Similarly, black pointer on a black background, like here you can see, it is very difficult to point out by the senior. So they are thickened and make the icons bold for the pointer. and there are different options available for the pointer. And there are two new wallpapers in this operating system, you can see here. And this is the multitasking view. You can see here you can add more multitasking windows here. So this is the light multitasking in the light design, and this is the darker design. So this is how the multitasking windows will look here in both light and dark configuration. Instead of a dark gray background, the multitasking view now features a blurred version of your wallpaper that is adjusted for light and dark mode. So here you can see the wallpaper is blurred at the corners. Here also you can see this is blurred background, and this is the actual wallpaper. And the lock screen and the login has also improved, and the design is now very super. You can see I really like the design they have done. Several applications have noticeably more modern design as well. Notably, Windows has a completely redesigned player page. Videos application has a completely redesigned player page and now follows the system light and dark style preferences. The new fonts look fantastic, have much better performance. You can see the fonts have also improved, and the Web 46 brings its own performance improvements along with more minimal appearance. So Web 46 is the WebKit. It brings its own set of performance improvements along with more minimal appearance. And hardware support. So in the system settings, you can also do the hardware support. So you can install the firmware for the different hardware chips and all those things that are on your system. So you have to click here on the firmware tab. In the operating system section, you can install the NVIDIA proprietary drivers. You can choose the driver that you want. So different options are given. Then you can do the power settings. This is the power settings. You can have a show percentage in panel toggle. These are the connected devices. You can change the display brightness, automatically adjust brightness, close lead behavior, lead close with external display. So that all these typical display behaviors, display settings are available in Elementary OS 8 now. And these are the power settings. Here you can see the three modes are available: power saver, balance, and performance. You can choose between any of them. You can see here. So in my case, the performance mode is still not shown here. Maybe let me check. Yes. So I think this performance mode is not available right now, and it may be available either in future, or maybe it is like that. It is not available in the classic or the Xorg session, and might possibly it is available right now in the secure or the Wayland session. So that I will have to try out, and I will share with you what is the conclusion. So I have already shown you how to get or download the Elementary OS 8. So there are some special thanks to the different developers and the volunteer community. So that's it. And now you can go over at the top. You can check out the blog. So this is the Elementary blog. So you can check out the latest news about Elementary OS on this blog. And the blog certain has 4 tabs: OS updates, App Center, developers, and design. So you can go through that also in detail. You can see it here. Then you can go with the App Center. So this is what is showing. So these are the latest news about the Elementary OS App Center. Then there is a OS update. So here you can check out the news about the OS updates from here. And this is the online app store for the Elementary OS. And also you can buy devices with the elementary OS pre-installed on the system. So you can buy laptops, mini desktops, you can have all-in-ones. So you can buy a slim book with elementary OS pre-installed. You can buy a laptop with Linux pre-installed. So different countries, different configurations of the systems. Then you can also buy a Star Labs elementary OS pre-installed laptop. So this is based in United Kingdom. Slimbook is based in Spain, and some Linux desktops that are available, that is based in Netherlands. And you can see here Slimbook is available with international shipping, as is the Star Labs, while this Linux laptop company based in Netherlands only does free shipping within the EU. Maybe they also got international shipping, that we have to check on their website. Now what is the support? Let us check out the support. So here the community powered support is there. So community members, developers, and maybe senior power users will answer your questions. You can put your questions here and you will get the answer. Now you can also buy t-shirts here in the app store. That is pending, so we will check that out. So here the t-shirts can be bought on online store. So this is all elementary OS. Then there are some special wallpapers that can be bought for a small fee. Then there are some seasonal items available. Okay. Then you can have outerwear. So you can buy some mugs, coffee mugs. You can also have laptop sleeves. Those are available. You can buy posters, and worldwide shipping is available. Pillows are also available. So these are the pillows. These are the posters. And what is there in the new? So in new, these wallpapers are available. And some items, clothware item is there. So I think that's it for today's video. Nothing is pending. Yes, there is only this developer tab is there. So let us check out the developer tab. So you can contribute to the elementary OS team with design coding, and you can also become, if you are a power user, then you can help with the community. You can help new users with their problems. So that's it, and we will meet in the next video with the actual review of elementary OS 8. Bye bye.